If you live in Sycamore or DeKalb, you've most likely been to the Egyptian theater, and you wouldn't be insane to say that the Egyptian theater is styled after what? Now, what is an Egyptian-styled building doing about 6,000 miles away from anything truly Egyptian? Well, first, we should get there. So it starts with the Romans, or the Greeks, depending on who you ask. And the Romans looked to Egypt as an esoteric and mysterious place and want to subsume it into their Mediterranean empire. And they take it over eventually. And this is why you see, for example, Emperor Augustus stamp his coins with Egyptian symbols, or even Egyptian temples like the Temple of Isis in Serapis at Campus Martius in Rome. So anyway, they fall. So anyway, after Rome's fall in the intervening Renaissance, there's again an uptick in interest in Egypt. And in 1798, the French foreign minister, one Talleyrand, he goes and makes a speech basically saying, okay, since it was a province of the Roman Republic, again, Egypt should be a province of the French Republic, which is weird logic. So, led by Napoleon, the French go down and pillage Egypt. And then, they're there for a little bit, and then the English do what they do best and go and beat the French out of Egypt. So, it's British now. One of the sites they dig up is called the Valley of Kings, full of tombs and pharaohs and gold. So they raid that. And after they think they've taken all of Egypt, this man, Howard Carter, thinks, oh, at the bottom of the Valley of Kings, there's this staircase. I wonder what happens if I excavate it. So he does, and people tell him it leads to nowhere. And as much as I don't condone or what the British did, he gets to a tomb. And he digs a little hole inside of it and sees it's full of gold. It's untouched by time. And it's untouched by time. It's the tomb of the Pharaoh Tutankhamun. And he sums it up best in his telegraph back to London. He says, at last have made wonderful, this is the telegraph, at last have made wonderful discovery in Valley. A magnificent tomb with seals intact, rediscovered for your wallet. Congratulations. Anyway, the world goes nuts, and this flaming craze eventually gets to America. And trust me, they have people who come and take from Egypt too. One of the things they take is their architectural style, which is how you get the Egyptian theater. Let's get some thoughts from Aaron Cronin, the Marketing and Special Operations Manager for the theater. So I'm here with
Aaron Cronin, the Marketing and Special Projects Manager at the Egyptian Theater.
So, can you tell me about some of the history of this place?
Yeah, so the Egyptian Theater was built in 1929 after the finding of King Tut's tomb in 1922, which really brought the Egyptomania into America. Across the nation, everyone was just so enthralled with this new discovery that Egyptian theming, Egyptian style just swept the nation. And by 1930, there were over 100 Egyptian theaters in the nation, and now we're one of 7 that remain. The rest are all west of the Rocky Mountains, so we're the only one out here that you're gonna be able to find.
Can you tell me about like the certain like architectural stylings? Like what are parts of the building inspired by?
So the way we classify it, which you won't be able to find at like a Home Depot, we're Art Deco Egyptian Revival. So it's Art Deco because that was the era that it was built in the first place. The 1920s was that big, extravagant, over-the-top theming with the Art Deco. And then we have Egyptian Revival. As you can see around us, there's the triangles, and we've got lotus blossoms and sunbursts and scarabs, which you see on the big glass as you come in. So those are all common Egyptian themes that you'll see. So it's that combination of Art Deco and Egyptian Revival.
So like I read like on the website, it was like certain parts inspired by like a tomb. Like, can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so when you come in, it's kind of that cementy concrete, so that's supposed to be you're entering the Pharaoh's tomb. And then as you walk into the theater, you're kind of in the garden. So we've got the palm trees on the side with all the Egyptian sculptures, the pyramids, the Nile, and that's kind of, you enter the tomb and then you're entered into the rest of Egypt and you get to experience that atmospheric theater.
So thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
This is a record of the spreading of a culture, the base human need to want to know, to be in a place you are not. This is Spartan Archives number 5, signing off.